Welcome. My name is Victoria. I'm a registered clinical counselor and I'm coming to you from beautiful British Columbia. It's not raining today, so it's a good day. And my puppy is not with me, as you can see. He's hiding behind the camera. Today, I would like to talk to you about 3 pieces of wisdom that I wish I knew when I was in my 20s and even early 30s. Now, I do want to disclose I'm a millennial, so like we did not have all the resources that are available right now, even online, even though internet has already existed when I was young. But nevertheless, these are the things that I wish I knew that would save me so much heartache. Maybe it will come in handy for some of you too. Who knows? So let's begin with that I grew up myself with ideas of romanticism and sentimentalism. Really have absorbed the novels about love, especially romantic love from Leo Tolstoy and Charlotte Bronte and other writers like that, thinking that it was this huge, intense feeling that would come over me, and I would know this is the person I love, and this would be forever, hopefully. Well, as it turned out in real life, that's not how it works. And often, also in these novels and movies, even the portrayal was there was this love and passion was intermixed with suffering. Like they almost always come together. So that also kind of created this scenario and narrative in my head that, you know, suffering is part of love. Guess what? It is not. It does not have to be at all. What I wish I knew instead is that love is not equal to passion, infatuation, and having a crush on somebody. Like this intense feeling that overcomes you and it's like a pull towards someone, that is not a feeling of love. There's a cocktail of hormones going through our body, lots of dopamine that creates that euphoric feeling we have with somebody. But it is not equal to love. As a matter of fact, when it wears off, that's when we are actually entering the phase of deep potential love. But prior to that, we are just high. We literally are high on our hormones and neurotransmitters. I wish I knew that with more clarity. From my personal experience, I ended up, in some relationships where I felt this incredible pull, that cocktail of intense hormones inside of me. And I really felt like this is the right person based on that. And when this cocktail would wear off, I would just feel like highly anxious and terrified. What does it mean? Does it mean that I'm no longer in love with this person? Does it mean that it's not the right person for me? And it left me quite terrified. And really created wears off, we're entering the phase of really seeing the other person clearly, seeing them as a different person. We can see similarities, of course, but we're also seeing how they differ from us. And that's essential because for us to be truly in the loving somebody truly, is to see them as they are, not as we project them to be, which is that lovey-dovey hormonal glasses. That's a lot of projecting, that's a lot of assumption. So that's why I challenge that. That is not a true loving feeling, not a true love experience. So, as I said, when we enter that phase, when we're actually seeing that person clearly, we're opening up that space for what I call a true loving experience, which is attunement to each other. I even want to challenge and suggest, instead of using the phrase I'm in love, we should move it to I'm in attunement with somebody. Because attunement, as I have made a different video, I'll link it down below. Attunement, unlike love, which is kind of a feeling that is abstract, attunement can be measured in very clear information, physical touch, acts of service, gifts, and quality time. Yes. So, yes, I wish I knew about attunement that is quantifiable, and instead of just basing the idea of love on a feeling that I might have, another person might have. A feeling means nothing on its own because a feeling will eventually fade away. It's not something, feelings do not stay permanent for us. However, an ability for us to be attuned to somebody, that is a concrete skill set that we can carry and develop in ourselves. Well, all of this leads me to the last wisdom nugget that I wish I knew, and it kind of all relates together, is the idea that we can have complex emotions to somebody. Again, this whole brainwashing of romantic love that I have been exposed myself through books and movies is this idea that once you love somebody, that is the grand feeling, that you never feel any other emotion towards them. At least this is what a mindset I had. But really, it's absolutely normal and okay and healthy to have complex and even opposing feelings for someone. Like, for example, you can love somebody but be annoyed with them, or love somebody and be angry with them, or love somebody and be even disgusted with somebody they've done. Like, that is absolutely okay. But where I was, to me, it felt like such a huge internal conflict, and it put in question whether I loved the individual I was with. So I wish I knew that it's totally okay to have these opposing feelings. And I don't think that these ideas adjust in the past, because I think they're still propagated. Like, looking at what I hear about, like the ick factor that women describe nowadays, especially on TikTok, I think a lot of that is referring to that, because we're not talking about ick like in terms of this is individuals not safe. No, the ick they would describe would be about what a person is wearing, or the choice of words they would have, or like them just like saying something that's embarrassing slightly, and they would have this ick, and then they would just exit any kind of dating scenario because of that. But this is exactly what I'm talking about. You can have opposing feelings. You can absolutely not like a gesture, a fashion choice about somebody, but you can love them as an individual in many facets. So it's ability to hold these complex emotions when thinking about what really love is. So that's it. I think that's covering 3 points. I'm just going to highlight them to summarize. So the first point was, love is not the passion, the infatuation, the crush. That wears off. That's a cocktail of neurotransmitters and hormones. The second point was, the love is not actually just a feeling fades away. Love is seen in action. And one way to quantify is actions of attunement, which is really clearly specified in Love Languages by Dr. Chapman. I have it in my other video that I link down below. And the third point is that love is not just an always great feeling. We can love somebody and have opposing feeling. We can feel it. Certain actions can cause, certain actions from that person can cause disgust, irritation, annoyance, and that is totally okay. That does not mean we do not love them. Maybe some of you will find this video helpful, and if you do, please share it with your friends and family and spread the word. It was really good to see you today, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Ciao.